10. We then go through to the second part of the grid. Jacob Giblett Lee in 11th. We'll have Holly Miall from Chelmsford on the 23. And we go lights out. The rest of the grid was Ashton Butlin, Lincon Douglas, Jenson Oneill going, Oliver Meek and Thomas Clarke, who was excluded post-qualifying. So they've got them on the grid. Now I think Riley Wright, my good buddy from Bracknell. Hope you, Cheryl and Darren, your mum and dad are keeping well. Yes, Andrew. You haven't seen anything yet. Awesome racing, and the best is yet to come. Watch out for 27 Iami Bambinos a bit later on. That's going to be... All I'm going to say is, if you watched what happened last year in the big Bambino Kart Club, this year, with a lot more new faces, it's going to be just as exciting, considering the fact that we have the vice champion and the champion of the 2018 C50 Comas. That's Seb Moore from Rochdale in the number 50, and Alfie Howland in the number 12. Who unfortunately couldn't take the number 44 this year because Poppy Thomas has already got it. But Alfie, when he spoke to me last night, as you probably saw in the intro a little bit earlier on this season, said that he did it to honour the name of Ayrton Senna. Of course, we've got another driver doing that as well this year, Logan Howes from Wyndham in Norwich. As Ryutaro Sakai continues to lead from Ollie Poole at the moment, so we are on lap number 2 of this race. Logan Howes has gone with the number 11 for those Formula 1 aficionados. James Hunt, 1975 Formula 1 World Champion. So 2 drivers are honouring some people that they respect and admire. So Ryutaro Sakai in the number 44 is about 0.4 of a second ahead of Ollie Poole. Theo Champney and Jayden Sherwood round out the top 4. And Jayden with new livery for 2019, and is coming under hot on the heels from Mason Thurlow, who goes up the inside of the youngster from Kent, heading into the first part of the boot. Connor Scarisbrick is there in the mix as well, a very quick peddler in that Iami Bambino. Kacper Tomalewski also making his way through the field and gets past Mason Thurlow in the process. So Tomalewski, that'll put him up to 5th place. Mason Thurlow drops to 6th. Jayden Sherwood down in 8th position. Frankie Smedley and Ashton Butlin ran out the top 10. As we've got a nice little battle here. Now Ryutaro Sakai has... Now, there's been a change here because fastest lap, and now the lead is in the hands of Ollie Poole in the number 4. Ryutaro Sakai coming under extreme pressure from Theo Champney in the 55. Connor Scarisbrick a little bit further adrift, but was slightly quicker than Sakai on that last lap by about 0.8 of a second. Theo Champney was 1.2 seconds quicker than the number 44 in that last tour, who takes a quick glance over the left shoulder heading into the boot. 6 minutes and 18 plus an additional lap to go, with Ollie Poole going fastest lap after fastest lap. Purple sector number 1 goes to Connor Scarisbrick in the 28 with an 18.35. That's impressive from the youngster from Ormskirk. So more changes. Tomalewski loses out to Mason Thurlow on that last lap. Jacob Giblett Lee in the meantime hits the top 10 and gets past Ashton Butlin. Oliver Meek drops a place behind Jenson Oneill going, as there's a stream of Honda cadets going through Christmas, with Tomalewski having Jacob Anslow in the number 7, who's also running in Power Max colours this year, alongside Logan Howes and Iami Bambino. Oh, well, it hasn't been a great day in the office, great weekend in the office for Tomalewski. When I spoke to his dad, Rafal, over the last couple of days, he said, well, we don't know what's going on. It's been difficult. I said, well, hopefully something will change in the race. Well, Kacper has made up a couple of places so far, having started on 7th, but he's in 6th at the minute, ahead of Jacob Anslow. So at the moment, running order is Ollie Poole, stretching out a lead of 1.3 seconds, as there's been a change of position. That is Jacob Giblett. Oh, he's hard into the barriers off of pit bend. So Jacob Giblett Lee went past Frankie Smedley, going through the second phase of the pit bend, so that's going to bring out the yellows there. Connor Scarisbrick also coming under pressure now from Mason Thurlow, and who is bringing along with him Kacper Tomalewski and Jacob Anslow. So drivers will not be allowed to overtake going into pit bend as a result of Jacob Giblett Lee having a hefty thwack amongst the barriers off the pit bend. So must have just run a little bit wide there. So half distance in terms of time here in the first Honda Cadet race of the day. So Scarisbrick keeping Mason Thurlow at bay. So they've got Jacob Giblett Lee out of the way, which is very good, quick work by the marshals here. Ollie Poole leads by half a second now, as Ryutaro Sakai has just done a 55.044. That's pretty impressive, because he's over 0.3 of a second. Ryutaro is 0.3 of a second quicker ahead of Ollie Poole on lap pace, and is closing on the number 4. So the lead could change very, very momentarily as Scarisbrick. Whoa! Mason Thurlow just went around the outside of Connor Scarisbrick. And if you heard my commentary from last year about Scarisbrick when he won the Miami Bambino final at Hooton Park, he nearly broke my voice. Pure and simple, as they went through turns 1, 2 and 3 with him, George Davison, and also Jacob Ashcroft as well. So Mason Thurlow now up into 4th ahead of Connor Scarisbrick. Kacper Tomalewski in hot pursuit at the minute. Tomalewski did a 56.288. Scarisbrick did a 56.6. As the lead, oh, that's brave from Sakai, goes to the outside of Ollie Poole heading into Christmas. They come down the hill. It's a 3-way battle royale with Sakai in the middle. He's going for the lead. What's Champney doing about this as well? He's also gone past, and he's gone past Sakai, who's forced out wide. This is an incredibly intense battle, and Champney now steals the lead. That's a brilliant work. That's brilliant work from the number 55. He was comparable on pace, but then has just received a contact warning. Mason Thurlow, in the meantime, has got past Connor Scarisbrick, as I said earlier on. So the battle at the front, it's Champney from Sakai, from Poole. This is your top 3. Poole being dropped somewhat now. Fastest out of those trio was Theo Champney on a 55.9. Sakai a 56.176, and has now retaken the lead off of Theo Champney. Probably got a better run going through turns 1 and 2 through Oblivion up into Christmas. The Japanese driver now hits the front of the field. And I tell you what, Sakai's livery is very unmistakable, as well as that race suit. So very, very colourful indeed. But Sakai leads from Champney, from Poole. This is an absolutely mouth-watering battle at the front of the field. Poole is just sitting on that ringside seat, approaching the apron of a boxing ring, if you will, as that Champney gives Sakai the slightest of taps from behind to say, "Hello, Ryutaro, I'm here. I've got the lead off you once, I'm sure I can have it again." But Poole taking a very tighter, aggressive line, going through the top part of Pit Bend. So 90 seconds plus an additional lap. Poole was quickest, well, was not quickest out of the top 3. That was Sakai on a 55.226. Champney was slowest of the trio, 55.408, but is a toe going up through Christmas on Sakai. Other changes, Frankie Smedley up into 9th ahead of Holly Miall from Chelmsford. She's now in the 23. She only did 3 rounds last year, but good to see her back. Top 10 at the moment as the battle rages on for the lead with 60 seconds plus 1 lap to go. Ryutaro Sakai leads from Theo Champney, Ollie Poole, Mason Thurlow, Connor Scarisbrick, Kacper Tomalewski. Track limit warning, first one of the meet to Ollie Poole, as Ryutaro Sakai gets one at the same corner. So these are being policed quite stringently, I might add. Tomalewski in 6th, Jacob Anslow, JJ Sherwood, Frankie Smedley and Holly Miall rounding up the top 10. Then it's Butlin from Jarvis, Oneill going, Clarke, Meek, Douglas, with Giblett. Lee actually now has started recirculating. Fastest lap of the race, sub 54.8, as Theo Champney also is another one that gets the track limit warning. Ryutaro Sakai has just done a 54.7 and is pulling away now. 10 on the clock. This time the timer will expire. It will be one more lap to go. Poole's going to go for it on Champney. No, can't make it stick, as Champney just says, right, no, the door's shut, sorry, you can't get past. Time's now expired. This will be the penultimate lap of this race. So Ryutaro Sakai, 18.2, 23.6. What's the lap from the youngster in the number 44? We're going to have in terms of the gap between with Champney. Gap now is 0.9 of a second. Last lap board shown to Ryutaro Sakai in the number 44. This is the 11th and final lap, as Poole is going to force the issue with Champney. The pair head up towards Christmas. Poole tries to get a run on him, but Champney is very much aware of what Ollie Poole's trying to do, trying to slingshot past going up to Christmas, but that was not going to happen. They're not going to catch up to Ryutaro Sakai. who's going to take a very emphatic win here, but that was a bit of a wide run there from Champney. Poole nearly seized the advantage, bumping off the curbs from Champney there. That's allowing Ollie Poole to close up. He's going to have the toe, heading into the boot on the final lap. But that's if Champney has anything to say about it. Poole's going to try something, won't get the cut back here. But as they go towards pit bend for the final time, it is going to be the number 44 of Ryutaro Sakai that takes the checkered flag and wins. And it was Theo Champney that took second position ahead of Ollie Poole. Fourth place, Mason Thurlow. Scarisbrick in fifth. Tomalewski, sixth place. But what a win from this impressive youngster with the most